I had been doing a lot of R&D and prepare to be amazed because I just come up with something so powerful, so rife with energy, that it's just going to send the lightning hoods and the white flares scurrying back to their home bases. They are going to be taken apart by my amazing beam system. I mean, beam system! Beam system! What am I doing anymore? I don't even know. Now, as you can tell by the intro I did. Meet the Artifice. A sort of a battle automaton. So look at this. So I have this triple barrel laser outlet and two really powerful laser nodes provided by a user named Domidoc, who, like, he's definitely got some awesome tech when it comes to like offensive lasers. The entire laser system forms like the entire spine of the craft and is probably about like half the volume of my other systems. To power it, I have 3 long emerald engines. I was going for efficiency here because it's a laser system and it's going to suck tons of power. And having a not so efficient engine doing that, while it might be more space efficient, and I could probably power this with just one engine that way, fuel costs would be so extreme, and I've been able to get away with going through combats with just 4 of these tanks, and it only like drains about a quarter. It's also armed with a pair of shotguns, and these are literally to deter the smaller craft that will be able to catch up to it easily. It can go about like 36 meters a second going backwards, and as you can see, it's going like 23 forward. You can see these other laser nodes, and if you look closely, the eagle-eyed among you can probably notice that the lasers are actually kind of separated here. There's a good reason for this. So this left-sided node is responsible for the outer LAMS, all of them on both sides, and these target missiles at a range of 200, and that's like the first sphere of defense. Then I have the second one, which has fewer outputs because it only links into the 2 center ones. And this one only fires if something comes within 100. So I have 2 layers of laser defense, and that allows it to basically catch anything that the first lasers would miss or didn't have enough strength to deal with. Now, why I call this thing a battle automaton? Let's demonstrate the Artifice. So I'm going to spawn in the good old Retaliator, which pulled apart the Intrepid in a pretty equivalent craft. I'm also going to spawn my craft, the Artifice, a little bit too close, just so that I can like demonstrate the LMS system. So these missiles coming in, looks like it's actually not quite able to stop all of them. It was a little too close, but as you can see, the right LMS completely stopped it. Like they couldn't get past both spheres of influences. So yeah, anyway, as you can see, this thing is dodging around. It's like it's gaining height here, now it's dropping out of the sky, and now it's moving to the left, and then it's going to move to the right. We already popped a turret. yeah. Now the cool thing is this thing actually has no combat AI. Or rather, it technically does, but it only engages to get back into position after it's won a battle. Like, its best features are basically this. So this timer, which is running, is what's causing it to dodge all around. There will probably be ways to do this with just ACBs if I tried. I could probably just set two timers in phase, out of phase with each other for this. So yeah, but this, I'm going to keep it this way on Artifice just so that I can say it's a battle automaton. And then we have this turret, which is basically adjusting its heading. So when it lists too far to one side, it'll eventually come in range with this, and it'll cause it to turn. Let's cap select that so that it's not completely overwhelming. As you can see here, this thing is a drone. It's pretty simple. You can go about, just look at the speed formula, 54 to like 53. It's roughly 53, I think, on average. I am going to make one change, and that would be this change. I've noticed a little bit how it struggles. So we're going to do this. When it has like its wings blown out, sometimes one side just can't, like the tip gets blown up, or like the inner wing gets blown up. You can see like the missile system here. Let me just peel back the armor. Yeah, the AI is kind of exposed. It has some side armor with the stone beams. It runs off of a dedicated heliblade spinner, and as you can tell by how the engine is being really taxed, yeah, it's running off of that 200 power. This design, which is fins, short range sussor, fuel tank, fins, laser beam rider receiver, fragmentation warhead because most of its attacks are still going to hit. This one is just going to be the 90, the widespread. It has a single explosive warhead, and then it has a magnet specifically for mines. Now it does use a laser beam rider, which makes it pretty unstable, but it's able to easily attack targets that would have smoke. On top of that, being like a craft designed to like be a pestilence and annoy other craft, this laser is surprisingly good just for the fact that it's going to toggle laser warners. We're just going to let this thing fly off into the sunset and maybe accidentally trip the smoke on my ally. This is the Lark, which is basically a gunship designed to do the similar kind of work to the Foray, but it's a bit cheaper. It has worse armor and everything. Like, its shielding is very strong but very focused in like the front and sides, so I'm probably going to change that to be a lot different. And it also has less engine power, I think, overall, because it doesn't rely on rails. One of the unique features of this design is that its upward thrust is mostly like high up on the craft, which means that the balloons that it uses to recover with aren't affecting its upward thrust. Yeah, the shields are super concentrated in the front, up to like 2 layers, and then the sides there's a single shield. It's located back here, and nothing protecting the back or the sides of the back. I'll probably rethink this design later and come up with an actual final version. Whether I will actually use this in the campaign really depends, but it's just really not what I need, to be honest. So yeah, I'm quite proud of this. The Artifice is super helpful. Anyway, I rambled enough. I guess we'll see how this applies to the campaign. Okay, as we can see here, we still are recovering quite a bit. Evidently it's raining. I've never had it rain before. Huh. Most calming moment I'm ever going to have in this game. These star eyes are going to be upgraded. This mudkip here, I need to upgrade you. I need to send this here. This, I need to retrofit you. And I need to go to my space designs. I have WatchSat, which I don't get a thing for, do I? Yeah, the Star Eye barely has any resources. Yeah, you're going to be repaired. We're just going to increase the speed of the game, but not too much because I'm super concerned. This is it. It's just this. It's a bit more expensive. As you can see, it's like 11,000 versus the Star Eye, which I believe, if I was to do this, Star Eye's, yeah, it's less than 1/10 of that. This thing, though, works perfectly. And evidently, it hits the hard cap on what you need, so I guess it's not efficient, but it looks cool, so I guess I'm going to keep it this way. Being able to spend this much resources on my satellite network, I guess, really is a luxury, isn't it? Oh! Well, as you can see here, this thing's still awesome. Despite being named Mudkip. And on these slightly choppier waters too, yeah, it's not going to be able to reach its top speed as easily. On the smoother waters though, it was able to reach a much higher top speed. Oh well. Yeah, funny thing, this thing, the Mudkip, was actually supposed to be named Mudskipper, but then part of my mind glitched, and even though I was thinking of a kind of amphibious fish that can breathe air, I mean, hence the air-breathing engines, I thought the reference was good. I, for some reason, thought it was Mudkip, which is a water-type Pokemon, which is also arguably pretty adorable. But, yeah. Anyway, before this thing hits rocks, I'm going to pull it out because, well, can't afford to have that happen, can we? I need to start building up my forces, which means I need to start building up my craft. So, what do I have here? I have Kobold, Primogener, a Song, and then a Tadpole. Let's spawn here, I guess. We'll start with the more expensive unit. We want a Primogener. We can't afford one. Can't even remotely afford one. But this thing, which will be pulled out, is going to be moved about here, and it's going to slowly get built. With my satellite slightly upgraded, we need to start moving our craft back down to meet the rest of the fleet. But I am going to leave behind a lot of the extra craft. Like, I don't need Primogeners. Like, I'm probably going to leave the Tadpole. And so yeah, so it'll just be a Kobold. Actually no, I'm just going to move the Song. I have no idea if this is a good idea or not, but that's how I'm going to do it. However, I'm thinking maybe we should do another battle against the White Flares. Like, we might be able to do something. I see this resource zone. I think maybe we should take it. Let's do this thing. So let's just do a quick. So that's the Charon. I always forget that's the Charon. Martyr as usual. And then this thing, which I guess that's the craft I didn't recognize. Okay, that's like a mini Thresher. My craft are all in good positions. If I check... Yep, all my craft have... Well... My craft have good detection chances. So, yeah, everything's networked except for what isn't. So, yeah. Looking at this, we are dealing with their missiles. Looks like the Thresher's going to be a problem. Please keep away turrets. There we go. Knocked it away. Good. It has a low fire rate though, so yeah. But it's enough. It's enough to be able to slow it down. There we go. Yes, again. Missed. Or is it? Something's wrong with the Thresher because it's not actually using its melee. Anyway, they already lost craft. Looks like the combined power of the Primogenitor's shield busting and the kobolds and Badfold. This seems to be doing very well. We check here. Most of my craft, aside from the Song, have 0 meters reader because all those signals are being shared. But yeah. I mean, even this. That was an overwhelming victory. I would say that was a massive success. Okay. Hold on. We need everyone to get back to where they were. Now we have our pickings. I'm going to build another raft from here. I need another satellite. So let's get that built. Let's just build a watch set now. This is what this has been leading up to. I want to set up an assault, basically. Okay, so let's just take a look. Ecclesia modem. Executioner turret, that's something we need to shoot at. Supply tower probably doesn't need to be shot at. Large house. Church of the Flayed God. Oddly not centralized. Supply tower, large house. Bloodstone obelisk, which is probably dangerous. And then small supply tower, executioner turret. There's probably a lot more to this than it looks, so let's begin the battle, and I'm going to look at these things after the loading. What are you? Okay, let's see. Yeah, this is definitely not wait, is it? Definitely not defensive. This is definitely a defensive structure. This is a defensive structure. Everything else, though. Everything else seems to be fine. So, really, all we need to do is take out these 2 turrets, and then I can capture every single mainframe here. This is good news. By the way, what in the world is this? I don't know, something scares me here. What is this? I'm a little terrified. I don't know what that is. Like a flare. Oh wait, AI dead on the first one. Killed the AI on the second. Okay. Off, 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 off. Oh, I can't turn the AI guns off. Well, you know what? That's fine. So we already defeated this. Now, I've been kind of cleverly waiting for this. I set up so that I could climb ashore at any moment. That way it saves some time. I need to figure out where these things are. Also, yeah, I still have the death ray equipped. I'm not going to use it ever. It's literally there for testing. Nothing else. Yeah. Yep. Well then. There we go. There we go. Come on. There we go. Taken down. That's how I capture one of these. Okay. That was an AI. That was an AI. Okay. There we go. Come on. Okay, no matter where I look here, I can't seem to figure out where the AI core would be. Okay, there's one. There we go. There we go. Ah! I found it. I found it. This. After all that, we finally managed to stop them. We still have these lightning hoods fend off, but I won't have to worry about that just yet. this may have been a flash for you. This legitimately took an hour just to capture all those. At some point, I noticed that I had points into seismic scanning that I thought I got rid of. So I put that into Stormtrooper, which eased it a little bit. Let's pull everyone.
Receiving.
But I want
Now.
the Primogenitor to go and swoop up these resources. And then I want to jump onto you, play you. Will my build mode... so I can actually take full advantage of the slowed time, I think, and build it within it. I can see I have 10,000. So I have 19. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So now I have 19 mainframes in my core. Honestly, I need to redo this entire fortress. It is really just not suited for what it does, to be honest. Like, there is so much I could do with this, and I don't. Yeah. So, I think we need to be ready to defend with everything we have here. We'll see how this goes anyway. This battle should go pretty easily, especially since they're sending pretty weak units after me. Yeah. I'm impressed by the amount of resources in Aegis. So I'm going to build an assimilator. So their craft are far faster than ours, huh? Terawatt, Tesla, We may or may not struggle. There we go. There we go. So that's everything spawned in. Let's see. Big laser craft with packs and lasers everywhere. This is evidently a pack shotgun type craft. It's probably going to rely on absurd speed, isn't it? Which I'm guessing by how some other designs go. Yeah, this is a hydrofoil. It probably has a ton of forward thrust. And so yeah. Song is the main target. Hopefully it doesn't go down. If it does, then I am going to be so disappointed. Combat, combat, combat. Okay. I forgot to set the A high. Looks like the Song is doing a decent job dealing with the missiles. Even mitigating it for allies. EMP is not going to matter much with how my craft are all set up. We're really going to rely on the Primogenitor to actually take out a lot of the enemy stuff. Ah, it's still reloading. No, it's firing. It's firing. So we are dealing damage. This is nerve-wracking. I have no words. I honestly don't. This thing appears to have taken really heavy side damage, probably because some of the shields have already been disabled. Looks like my craft are repairing themselves. Yeah, this thing is taking hits now. Yes. I need a second. I need to take a look at this song. How bad? This design... I'm increasing the priority of replacing this design. Yeah, simulator class is not good. So like the song needs to be updated to a completely different class of ship, I think. Or I need to replace her shield's setting. Actually, let me do that. I might be able to find the ACB that controls the shields and set them to a particular setting. Speaking of which, it would be here. Nope. Nope, not working. You better not sink. Yeah, from the sign of this, it's losing altitude. It's losing attitude control. This is good news. How are detection systems? Pretty good. We just had something get destroyed. Something was too damaged. Oh, well, yeah, this thing is practically immune to EMP, so it's kind of pointless. Besides, it's still going to get a good targeting solution so long as I have sensors trained on something. But yeah. You... It looks like this laser's been damaged, because it's actually not doing all that much. Oh geez, though, the song is a liability here. Ah. Well then, this is... I will say this is a pretty embarrassing battle. My smaller craft are completely unharmed, but the song has no way to deal with lasers without gimping herself. Oh, you're finally shooting at the tadpole, huh? That thing's hardy. It's a hardy little design. It's going to be alright. Whoa! It's ramming the primogenitor. I've never expected this. Okay, so lightning hoods clearly couldn't deal enough damage with just the lasers. They have to ram us too. Looks like the primogenitor is only alive thanks to the citadel it has. Nothing else. This is why I build using heavy armor. Whoa. Let's just take a quick look at this damage. Like, all the side armor is peeled off because it's only about a layer thick. Okay. On the kobold, it's actually like several layers thick on that area. Although it's one layer thick, where the AI is simply because the first layer acts as sort of a... No, actually... Yeah, I mean, it kind of acts like an extra, like, armor? Like things constantly moving and changing its angle, so by the time you destroy one block, it's already going out there. Also, oil refinery. I think I need to, disable you. Otherwise, there's going to be an explosion. Looks like we finally managed to get an AI dead. Awesome. Prima Jenner is practically disabled. Looks like we finally disabled the beast. That was immense. This is, honestly, this design intrigues me. What's it called again? A terawatt? Ah, so the terawatt's going to be the new retaliator. I see. And then it's just down to the on and his buddy. His buddy hurt? What kind of craft is this, actually? It's a hovercraft. Oh, I see. Song is still putting out damage. I mean, they're all sharing inputs well enough to be able to be accurate. Nice shot. Need another one like that. Oh, that was a nice. Nice. Kobold is putting out tons of damage here. Okay. We won. Or have we? No, there's still another ship. Oh, the Tesla. It's way out. Yeah, we took serious damage there. Kobold's actually the only design that didn't take damage. Huh. In like combat testing, Kobold actually was significantly worse than the Primogenitor in many ways. But it seems in practical combat, it's good enough to be able to handle a wide variety of situations. I think it is also a little better armored as well. Tadpole. I need to make sure of something. Tadpole. Yeah. Keep all your material, please. That way you can repair. Like, it's such a small craft, it only stores like 500. Anyway, it's damaged in enemy territory. I think we're saved. Yeah, think about it though. The Kobold.
Receiving.
Both of you should keep some resources on you.
Receiving.
We have no materials left, however, which means that in order to repair, we need to bring all our craft back. Okay, well that was kind of catastrophic, and I now know that I can't afford to bring craft back. Updating the song's design is priority. Absolutely. So hopefully in the next episode I'll have that up. Because I just can't afford, like, I can't afford it any other way. Anyway, let's pull everything out, and I'm going to come here and please tell me the pre-generator's slowly getting built. So I'm going to spawn on top of it to start work on an artifice, and that'll be like a companion to the primogenitor. Then the artifice will be repaired and pulled out of play. Anyway, yeah, so we have to lick our wounds a little bit, but the next episode we'll be able to possibly push back. All I need is to build up a second task force, one which we can use as a reserve, and build a new craft that costs maybe like a new smaller craft for a cruiser, and then I'll build a new song battleship on top of that. And what I'm probably going to wind up having to do is revision and redesign everything. Because if I don't, then, well, the main tank isn't going to be tanking very well, isn't it? But yeah, in the meantime, I can probably get away with just switching the song's shields to laser absorb. So we'll see how well that works out. Anyway, we managed to fend off quite a bit of an attack there. So I'll see ya